I would say it was a very courageous decision from the political leadership on both sides. And it was a very wise and very timely intervention by the international community led by the US. It was a courageous decision by the political leadership from both sides, because in such situations, accepting a third-party intervention, accepting ceasefire when the emotions are very high is very difficult. So I think on both sides, political leadership needs to be appreciated. When it comes to militaries, this military conflict, though short-lived, but it had a spread of over 3,000 kilometers. There were missiles being fired all along the international border. There were artillery firing along the line of control in Kashmir on both sides. There were fire exchanges on line of actual contact in our region called Gilgit-Baltistan up in the north. In conflicts like this, when the ceasefire is agreed at political level, it is very difficult to enforce on ground in each sector, to each weapon emplacement, each bunker. And let me inform your listeners that both sides have been, on both sides, the militaries have been able to enforce ceasefire in a matter of 24 to 36 hours. There have been ceasefires in the last 78 years, number of times. I won't go into the details, but none of those ceasefires could translate into an enduring peace between two very large countries with nuclear weapons. There is, as internationally recognized by the United Nations and by the international community, endorsed in 1948, the core issue of Kashmir. I believe that your listeners would be knowing that the trigger event was a terrorist event, a gruesome terrorist event in Pahalgam, in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Now, in this event, the political leadership in Pakistan very clearly condemned it and offered that we are ready to cooperate if the intelligence is shared with us, if any shred of evidence is shared with us. Now, the other side said, since there has not been positive outcome of the evidence shared in the last few events, and they quote specific events like Bombay attack, like the event in Uri, Pathankot, etc. So what was the position taken on this from our side? The position was, okay, you don't want to share it with us. Share it with anybody you trust in the international community, any country, and have an independent investigation. You don't want to involve another country, have any international forum, and ask them to conduct an independent investigation. The fact of the matter is that evidence has not been shared even till today to the Indian people. We live in a structured world. We have some international law. We have some international norms. Which of these would allow that if the investigation is still ongoing and there are no conclusions and you start firing missiles on your neighbor? So when it comes to that they have hit only the terrorist bases and camps, well, RT has its correspondent in Pakistan. Yes, the mosques have been hit. Innocent children of the ages of 7, 8, 9, 10 years have been martyred. The women have been martyred.